But here's what I want to point out to you. And I may come back to this theme quite a few times. Just in terms of like, we should all just remember to stay in the moment and enjoy what we saw on Sunday, but not guarantee anything. You didn't guarantee anything. And Miami is legit. I'm not disagreeing that they're not legit, or disagreeing that they're legit or contenders or what have you. But check this out. This is the AFC last year, just last year. At various points in the season, not all the same point, not 3-0, 3 weeks in or anything like that, but at various points in the season. Buffalo was 7-6. New England was 4-4. Cincinnati was 7-6. Pittsburgh was 7-1. Kansas City was 3-4. Las Vegas was 6-7. Now over in the NFC, Philadelphia was 3-6. San Francisco was 3-5, and later 6-6. And the Rams were 7-4, having lost 3 straight, which I think begat our little back and forth about whether, believers in the Rams, you weren't, I was. We all already know the history about teams that start 0-2, let alone 0-3. But 0-2, none of them have made the playoffs since the playoffs expanded to 14 teams, I believe, in 2018. There have been no 0-2 teams make the playoffs. 3-0 puts you in good position. But the ebbs and flows of this season, especially as it relates to injuries, I had somebody tell me the other day they'd be interested to see, after about 5 weeks, once people get film on Mike McDaniel as a play caller, as a head coach, what kind of counter adjustments he ends up making. So, great story. Look to be a good team. They've beaten the teams in front of them, and the teams that they've beaten so far, we think are really good teams. But before, with anybody, good or bad, I'm just in this mindset right now, just kind of staying in the moment and not saying, oh, they're definitely going to the playoffs, or they're definitely a contender. Because look at these teams that just rattled off. They didn't look like playoff teams at those points I mentioned, let alone, of course, the Bengals end up in the Super Bowl. The Rams end up winning the Super Bowl after going through a midseason swoon.
First of all, I like this side of you. I like this in the moment, Michael Smith. I want to see how long this lasts. In the moment.
I'm 43, trying to be patient. This is not just for this show. It's not just for this conversation. It's just in general. I'm trying not to get frustrated about the shit that used to bother me before. I'm trying not to lose any sleep about this. Like, what did Giannis say? Giannis was deep about this in the offseason. He said that thinking about the future. Damn, I'm gonna mess it up. Giannis had a great quote. I'm trying to mess it up. Remember, he had a great quote. I'll find it. It was a great quote about not living in the present. Present is humility. Like the future is arrogance, and the past is something else. It was deep.
I hope I'm wrong.
Let me find this quote.
I'm gonna give you till October 15th. Okay, but I like it though. I like the effort. I like the ambition. I like that you're trying to do something different. I like it. Now, here are a couple things. Now, I think you're talking about 2 different things here. Because you say, great point on those teams. I remember Philadelphia. Oh, yeah, I had written them off. I didn't think they were a playoff team last year.
Here we go.
Think San Francisco was a playoff team last year. Here we go.
Hold on, Mike. Here we go. Quote. He said, when you focus on the past, that's your ego. Mm-hmm. He said, he tries to say in the moment, that's humility. Wait, I still messed it up. I thought I had the whole thing. I'm sorry. I'm trying to look it up.
Man, come on, man. Stop butchering this man's quote.
This is bad live television or whatever the hell this is right now.
Go ahead, man. He was so eloquent.
Finish making your point. He was so good.
All right, I'm going to see.
He was.
I know, and then you just you just chopping this thing up. Okay.
This is
all
awful.
Right. But you're right. I didn't think San Francisco last year was going to make it. I didn't think Philadelphia last year was going to make it. The Raiders, we gave up on the Raiders. The whole John Gruden situation happens. Yep. Okay, we're done with them. But that was in the middle of the season. I would like to see the rare company. I'm sure it's news they don't want to hear. I'd like to see and hear the rare company.
Okay.
Denver Broncos. 2021.
When you focus on the past.
Hold on. Wait.
I can't focus on you.
And then we'll get to
I can't focus on you. I can't focus on you.
Hold on.
When you focus on the past, that's your ego. When you focus on the future, that's your pride. When you focus on the present, that's humility. The past is your ego. The future is your pride. The present is humility. Okay, Michael, I'm over that. You were saying. Sorry, I couldn't even listen to you because I was so obsessed with trying to figure this out. Go ahead. I'm sorry. That was rude of me. That was rude.
Shame on you. Shame on you. Shame on you.
I'm multitasking.
A trained journalist who has
I gotta be my own researcher.
mentored,
I'm my own researcher.
And mentored.
I mean, come on.
Mentored young people about, hey, interviewing and getting the quote right and all this stuff. And you got the quote we got 5 different quotes in the last like 2.5 minutes.
I know.
Anyway,
totally just ruined the whole thing.
I would love to hear
I'm locked in.
the rare company that the 2021 Denver Broncos are in. Because I'm telling you, Mike, I don't think there are many teams that start off 3-0 and
Probably
finished 7-10. I think they were 7-10 last year.
Right. Probably not.
Start off 3-0, and then you go 4-10.
I'm not saying they're the Broncos. I'm not saying they're 3-0. I'm just saying,
That puts you, I'd say 80, I'm just going to get off the top of my head, I'd say 78, 85% of the teams start off 3-0, pretty much make the playoffs. So they really would have to screw this thing up, not to get where they're trying to go. So I do believe that the Dolphins are different. And here's the other thing, and I love the research you said about, or somebody telling you on background, hey, or just off the record, whatever. Look out for Mike McDaniel in week 5, week 6. But here's the beautiful thing about the Dolphins. If you're a Dolphins fan, you're in good shape. They had one explosive play on offense in their opener against the Patriots, and that was at the end of the half. Jalen Waddle went 42 yards. They scored 20 points in that game. So not some offensive masterpiece. They got a defensive touchdown. They had one explosive play. Yesterday against Buffalo, they scored 21 points. It wasn't like, oh man, they reinvented offense.
They can win ugly.
And then they can win ugly. And then they had a great comeback against Baltimore. So this is not some gimmick. This is not some, hey, the league hasn't caught up. They've won in 3 distinct ways. They went toe-to-toe with Buffalo yesterday.
And they've won going back to last year. They won an ugly
game.
Different team.
Yeah, they won an ugly game with the Patriots.
Yeah.
And they had an awesome comeback with Baltimore. I am on board with the Dolphins, and I was not as recently as Friday.
Josh Allen also got to make that throw. Sorry, that's Josh Allen's better than that. Maybe he was hurt. Maybe he didn't just get his feet set. But he's got to make that throw.
Hey, thanks for watching Brother from Another on YouTube. Make sure you hit subscribe before you leave, and be sure to watch us 3 to 5 p.m. Eastern Time on Peacock. Appreciate you.